Welcome to Before the Bat, the Gotham podcast, your guide to the TV show Gotham and all things Batman. I am your host, Phil Parrish, and we're going to mix it up a little this week. We have some guests. First, we have Lilith Hellfire, old friend of the show and basically our unofficial fourth member. And we also have with us young lady, Crystal McConnell, big name in cosplay, big Gotham fan. Why don't you introduce yourself, Crystal?
Hi, hello, I'm Crystal.
Alright, and Crystal, you've met a bunch of the Gotham cast members, right?
Yes, I've met 5 of the main cast members.
Who did you all meet?
I met Corey Michael Smith, Donald Logue, Cameron Monaghan, and Cameron Bikindova, and Sean Pertwee.
And how were they?
Amazing. They are the sweetest people ever. They all spent some time, one-on-one time with me, even though there were a lot of people there at the con and Comic Palooza, and just really just paid attention to me, and they were happy that I was such big fans of the show, and even give me a personal shout-out Corey did at the panel, and it was just awesome.
I know, it looks like you had a ton of pictures with Corey.
Oh, yeah. He's the Riddler, what can I say? He's my favorite.
Yeah, I can tell. And you're also big in the cosplay.
Yes. Comic Palooza was my very first convention, but I've been cosplaying for about 1.5 years now, and so Lady Riddler, which I took to Comic Palooza, was my very first cosplay that I actually ever completed for my liking. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. I also did a pirate aerial at Comic Palooza. It was fun. I got a lot of positive response from it, so definitely keeps me pushing to do more.
And how many different costumes do you have total?
Just the 2 completed, the Lady Riddler and the Pirate Ariel, but I have in the works Oswin Oswald from Doctor Who. You'll know her from Asylum of the Daleks with the 11th Doctor. I have a Rainbow Dash. I have Captain America that I've been playing with different versions of. And now I'm working on a Maleficent, a Catwoman, a Poison Ivy, and a James Bond girl.
Wow, you need your own separate closet just for those.
I do, actually. I have one on the back porch.
And we have another cosplayer with us, Lilith.
Oh, God, I haven't done it in so long. I feel like a poser right now.
Didn't you just have one in, what was it, May or something?
It wasn't me, Bill. I keep trying to tell you.
So when you did it 100 years ago, what were you cosplaying as, Lilith?
Let's see. We had Vixen. We had Storm. I did She-Hulk one time. That's pretty simple, honestly. She-Ra, my favorite.
She-Hulk. That'd be the funniest. I know, but you're so short. That must have...
When you're all green in a unitard, people tend to get the picture. What about you, Phil? Have you had any cosplay experience?
Besides Halloween, no.
Halloween doesn't count.
No, I have no experience. I don't know how to put these things together.
I mean, you can literally order them from, like, these little shops on eBay now, though. Like, they've got the Flash, the CW Flash costume. I've seen a couple of really good remakes of it. Of course, they've had Arrow for a couple of years. I mean, they're like under $200, and they're pretty good quality. I mean, that's kind of the basic way to start, I guess, if you're like kind of a noob.
Yeah, I'd have to order like a handmade something because I would feel so. That's the thing. I would feel very weird walking in there and something off the rack, you know.
You start small and then you work your way big. I think that's how a lot of cosplayers who aren't necessarily like tailors and seamstresses and stuff kind of start. You kind of get some pieces that are like off the rack, and then you like maybe make your own boots from, you know, with 3D printers becoming more and more accessible and stuff like that. It's gonna be an interesting couple of next years in cosplay for sure.
So just walk in there day one in my Deadpool hoodie. Okay.
There you go. Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
All right. So I wanted to ask both of you. So what kind of attention have you got when you cosplay at the conventions? What, some good, some bad, I've heard?
As I said, I got a really big positive response to my Lady Riddler, but there's always the people who think they can touch without asking and inappropriately touch. So I think as a cosplayer, I'm just going to have to get used to the fact that I have to deal with all sorts of people, and I have to learn how to handle that appropriately. Because it was pretty much a shock taking a picture with an individual and he leans down to grab my rear end. So yeah, that was fun. Totally not okay.
It's a big no-no, gentlemen.
Yes.
I've literally never had that happen to me, but I kind of have a very prickly demeanor sometimes, so that could be it.
Just say everyone's afraid of you, that's why.
I mean, come on. How can you be afraid of a little 5'3" nothing?
It's all attitude.
It really is, though. That's basically what it is. And you kind of, like, if somebody is giving you creepy vibes, you can always just say, no, I'm not in the mood to take a picture. That's probably how come my rear end has stayed free of gropes.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to keep that in mind.
Wait, so you don't take pictures with anyone, Lilith?
If they give me a bad vibe, I tend not to. I tend to do with, like, kids and, like, women and, like, you know, like, I just...
So no men.
The guys at conventions a lot of them are creepy. No offense, fellas. A lot of you guys at cosplay are kind of creepy. And just work on your demeanor, and I feel more comfortable. But honestly, I kind of just stick to kids, families, and women. Just my personal preference. So there's no incidents of me having to pull out the Death Star.
Oh, yeah, you said it. You're a supervillain in training. You are.
I am. I have my days where the world makes me want to, like, just literally go blow it up. But this weekend has been good for humanity, so I'm in a really good mood, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for now.
The world is safe for me for now.
And I saw some pictures, Crystal, when you did a Miss Marvel cosplay at a comic book shop.
Yes, that was for Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, the Muse, my local comic book store, asked me to come out and cosplay for the day, and I was like, yeah, definitely. And I had another actually inappropriate incident there with an individual, and I couldn't really handle myself in the way I wanted to handle myself then, but because I was representing a business. So I kind of just had to laugh it off, and I just went inside. But that was really fun, and I finally got to flesh out my Miss Marvel, and yeah, I got a lot of positive response on that, too. So she's one of my favorites.
Was it the newer version of Miss Marvel or an older version?
It's the Carol Danvers, the black leotard with the gold bolt.
Okay.
So.
The Danvers chorus, yes.
Yeah. I really want to do Kamala's Miss Marvel, but that's going to take me some time. That's very detailed.
Yeah.
So anyone have anything in the works that we can look forward to?
I'm going to, in August, I'm going down to Wizard World Chicago to meet Ben McKenzie and Robin Lord Taylor and Sean Pertwee again. Well, Sean again. And I'm bringing Bond Girl and Catwoman to that one, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Which Catwoman are you going for?
I'm actually doing my own twist on Catwoman. I'm kind of doing the old classic, kind of the Dark Knight esque deal on it. So it's gonna be like this elaborate corset, and I'm doing like a Venetian metal mask. So I had a pretty I think it'll be pretty cool.
Now, do you do all your stuff from scratch?
I do not. I do. I buy things and I alter it, or I just go ahead and use Etsy and Amazon for most
wrong
things.
with that. I actually got my She-Ra tiara off of Etsy. I mean, it was metal. The lady did an amazing job. It's been so long ago, though. I can't remember the particular shop. But yeah, Etsy is a great resource.
Yes, it is. Those people are talented and can do what I cannot do.
Oh, Lilith, like you didn't have a tiara already.
I did, but it wasn't a She-Ra tiara. It was like my homecoming tiara. I don't want to take that out in public. It's precious.
Were you homecoming queen?
Yeah, and prom queen.
Oh. Overachiever.
I tell people this. They never believe me. I was a cheerleader, but I was nice. Everybody loved me. I'm a nice person most of the time.
You were a cheerleader?
Yes.
No, I'm just saying, just your, I don't know, just the attitude you have these days. It just seemed like you'd be like, cheerleaders.
Yeah. God, if I had to be a teenager now, forget it. I'd blow my school up.
Oh my god!
Not that I'm encouraging the young viewers, listeners to do that. Just some kids today, man. Like, I don't think I would be the same person that I was in high school if I had to be in high school now. But a lot of these kids are super talented. The ones that I meet, actually out at cons and stuff. They're the young kids, and they do all their handcrafted stuff. You know, they've got their tutorials from Tumblr and YouTube. Their YouTube icon has suggested something for them to try in a DIY, and they're just out there doing it. I kind of actually enjoy that because I remember when I was younger, like I grew up in San Diego. I got to go to like some of the really classic San Diego Comic Cons, and it was just a bunch of old fat guys back then. Like, no lie, really depressing. So I'm happy to see more people kind of. And it's usually the young kids. They do the intricate costumes from like the anime and the J-pop kids. I'm just always really fascinated by like the attention to detail with the wigs. It's amazing to me. Expensive. Those wigs are really, like, a lot of them are human hair. I've seen really good Daenerys Targaryen ones. Oh yeah, those are my favorite actually. But then again, people always get them confused with Elsa, and I have to go Elsa or Daenerys. Which one is it? She knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That has to be expensive. Wigs have human hair.
Oh yeah, people are so dedicated though to the craft. I kind of bow down to that. When I get the rest of my finances straight, I might get back into some like high class cosplay.
Oh my. All right. Well, Crystal, the switching subjects. Anytime we have someone new on, we ask them what they've thought of Gotham. What are your thoughts on the season 1 of Gotham?
Mind blowing. First off, mind blowing. I love the show. I started watching it. I've been there since first episode. I watch it live every week. And by the 3rd episode, I was completely hooked. I'm like, this is my new favorite television show in fandom. Oh my god. Just, like, you know, I went in thinking, okay, you know, I've heard the Batman story. I love it, but I love Batman. And then I realized, oh, it's about young Jim Gordon and the GCPD and Gotham growing to the point where they needed Batman. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I love the show. It is definitely going to be a thrill.
And Eddie Nigma's your favorite character?
Say again?
Eddie Nigma's your favorite character?
Yes. Followed closely by Jim Gordon. But I do love the villains of Batman, the Batman universe. I love all the villains.
Who was like your favorite one-off villain who maybe only appeared once or twice?
Are you talking about the show or?
Yeah, the show.
They've been kind of pointing at Ivy, who is I guess I wouldn't really call her a villain. She just wants to protect plants. Probably in the show, probably Joker's gonna be a big one. Since they kind of only teased him in one episode. I'm very excited to see how he's gonna come about. So definitely him.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do Joker. I don't know if they've been hinting at season 2 they might bring in someone else who they could be the Joker. So I don't know if they're just going to tease us for a couple seasons.
See, I have no idea. Cameron Monaghan at Con was giving some pretty cool hints, like just staring at people, like with his Joker eyes, like me. He did it at the panel. I was like, stop staring at me.
But you're a big fan of Batman other than the TV show then?
Yeah. I used to read the comics when I was younger. I don't remember a lot about them, but I've definitely been recently here getting back into Batman 52. I've been reading 0 Year and Court of Owls. And they're amazing.
Yeah, Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
What's that, Peanut Gallery? I know you have your issues with DC these days, Lilith. I know.
Well, no, I like classic Batman. Like I'm talking like old school when he was actually a detective, though. And then like Brave and the Bold are some of my favorite runs, and of course anything Frank Miller did, even though it's not canon, although kind of sort of should be, in my personal opinion.
Well, it looks like they're taking a lot of Frank Miller stuff for Batman vs Superman, or at least trying to.
Yeah, they took it for,
for
the Dark Knight trilogy, so why wouldn't they try it with the Superman? Where's the lie? Why is everybody laughing?
Well, see, you like Frank Miller stuff. They know a lot of people like Frank Miller stuff, so steal from the best.
But not something for the movies. The movie should be something that's canon. That's my whole only like really big issue with the whole Dark Knight trilogy, and what it seems to Batman vs Superman's leaning towards. It's kind of probably why like I get so frustrated with Gotham. I'm like, I know it's like an Elseworld tale, but like literally my brain just starts to fry internally sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, what is wrong with Barbara? Why is she a pillhead? I don't understand. The actress is perfectly lovely. Why would they do this to such a good actress? Why?
I like how Gotham's doing their own, like, kind of like an AU. They're just, like, fish shooting Maroni in the face. Like, okay, that never happened.
I want to see more Renee Montoya, honestly. Crispus Allen, he can stay gone, but I definitely want to see more of Victoria Cartagena as Renee Montoya. That's just my personal thing. I hope we see some of her.
I agree with you.
It's like, where did she go? It was like the second half of the season.
She was heartbroken because Barbara was she was beyond repair. She's like, oh well. I go clear my head. I mean, Barbara did, in all fairness, just disappear for a while. Everybody kind of just disappeared for a while. Bruce, Jim, Austin, Arkle. Everybody else just kind of fades away.
Yeah, but everyone was looking for Montoya and everyone else. No one was looking for Barbara.
we know why, but it's unfortunate. Like that's just the one thing about the first season of Gotham that I was just like, why are we doing this to Barbara? This is Jim's love of his life. Damn it. That's all. The actress is so great with the fandom. I hate when female characters kind of get stuck in bad characters and fandom kind of turns on them. And the actress is just so lovely, perfectly lovely to the fandom. It's just so awkward to watch.
Yeah, you think these writers were CW writers?
Oh god!
Man, I was getting total Laurel vibes for a very long time. At least she got interesting towards the end, though, right?
Who, Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if they lock her up in Arkham and go maybe the serial killer route.
I think she's definitely being shaped up to be a villain. Maybe when they're going to make up, like how they made up Fish. But I think she's definitely going to come back in the second season as somebody. I just don't know Who and why?
Ooh, maybe she'll turn
Kinda
into
lost
Red
the
Claw or
purpose.
something. I know they Bruce Tim totally wanted Red Claw to be a thing, and I mean, if any place would be perfect to make Red Claw a thing, it would be Gotham. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She needs some kind of gimmick because she's kind of like short and small herself, isn't she?
Everybody's short and small in Hollywood, honestly. No, like a lot of people really are. Like Robert Downey Jr. is like 5'9" on a good day, and he has to wear some tremendous hooker heels when he is filming for, you know.
Oh God, RDJ and hooker heels.
Search Google for the behind the scenes pictures. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Let's get that trending, people.
Oh God.
Hashtag RDJ hooker heels. Let's do it.
Yeah, but isn't Tom Cruise like shorter than that?
He is, and he always
like
wears
5'5".
No, I'd say he's about 5'8" on a good day. Says he's 5'11", so it's kind of like people in weight. You kind of have to go, okay, that means they're 20 pounds overweight.
How did we get here?
I love to pull a classic, good old Rob Southgate, man. I like to detail the conversation.
Ouch. Sorry, Rob.
He knows.
Yeah, I know. All right, ladies. What are you hoping to see in season 2?
More Nigma killing people? I don't know. Because that was awesome. I want to see more. Nigma needs more screen time for me. I'm very unhappy with the amount he had in season 1. And I also want to see. I want to see what this whole Batcave cave they found. Obviously, it's Batcave, but I'm very excited to see what's in it. Like, is it already set up? Are they going with the AU that maybe Thomas Wayne was Batman? Because they kind of hinted that he was somebody else in the first season. So
I would say Grey Ghost.
Kind of excited.
I would hope, Grey Ghost or something like that.
It'd be interesting if, this Bruce Wayne actually ended up basically being Batman Beyond. That would be quite interesting.
I don't know. I don't want the cave to be too fully stocked. I'd like to see him, that's part of the legend is him coming up with a lot of the stuff on his own.
Isn't he only
Yeah.
12 right now?
What?
Is he? How old is he? I don't even know how old the kid
Like 12 or 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
He's out there making slingshots like he's Robin.
We'll see. That could be a good thing. Every season he comes up with something, Batarang one season.
He's got a batarang that's a boxing glove. And he's like, oh, wait, I know who could use this. With the Rolodex into young Oliver Queen. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Always with the boxing glove arrows. So where do you want to see Barbara in season 2? Arkham?
No, I want the doll maker to get a hold of her somehow.
Oh!
What, give her 2 different color eyes or something?
I don't know. Just when Fish's story arc was really boring and repetitive, they gave her something fresh, I guess, is what I'm just hoping for. If they're going to salvage the character, they got to do it really quick at the beginning of season 2. I mean, to make her interesting, not a good guy, because I don't think she's killed her own parents. I think she's past even that kind of redemption,
Mm-hmm.
She lost her marbles.
To be better.
And I'll put the call out again. Kelly had the idea, Lilith, of I don't know. They need to do something on a website or something. That big board Bruce has. They need to put that up digitally somewhere.
He's not Barry. He doesn't deserve a murder board. Sorry. Very protective of the Flash. Well, no, I can see her point though. There probably are some really interesting clues. You probably have to like have super zoom CSI level like software to see all the little Easter eggs that were in that particular section.
Mm.
What did you think of Lucius Fox though?
One of the little we saw I liked, and isn't he supposed to be a regular on? Is it a regular for season 2?
Yep, that's what we heard. But you know, a lot can change between now and the end of the the beginning of the season. So
Maybe he helps Bruce build all this stuff.
well, you know what's a bummer though? The biggest bummer of this whole thing is that Harvey Dent's so damn old. Love Nick D'Agostino and everything as Harvey Dent, but he's just so old, and it's like him and Bruce were supposed to be friends.
Yeah, but I guess they probably figured they couldn't bring in all these 12-year-old kids.
They tried it though. They tried. But he's a season 2 regular too. So
Yeah.
and so is my baby Marina Baccarin, aka Leslie Tompkins. I'm like so happy about that. She's my fave. She was like the best thing about season 1 for me.
I thought they were going to kill her in season 1, to be honest, even though Tompkins is canon, but I was scared for her with the ogre, but Barbara got it. He took Barbara.
It's like that awkward moment when Gotham felt like Arrow, season 2 finale of Arrow.
Oh, jeez.
Ha, you got the wrong woman. I don't love that silly girl. I'm so over her.
Well, they had to keep Dr. Tompkins for season 2 because everyone's like, oh, everyone hates Barbara, but they like Leslie. Let's keep her.
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
An odd duck. She is, but I love the way that Moreno plays her, though. It's just really great.
She's a fabulous actress.
She is. I've been in love with her since, like, even before V. I really liked her in Homeland, and I love her guest star on How I Met Your Mother's Crazy Eyes. So good. If you haven't seen that episode, just go watch it. As soon as you're done with the podcast, go get your Netflix and find that episode. Feels like I don't watch things as straight as How I Met Your Mother. Thank you very much. I am a comic book nerd.
Is it? Who are you calling comic book nerd?
I am too, but I'm more of a How I Met Your Mother than I am a Big Bang, quite honestly.
Okay.
Oh wait, one more question though. Who's gonna replace Jada Pinkett Smith's Fish Mooney, or does there need to be a replacement?
Even if it's season 3, she could come back because they left it vague. And I heard an interview with her, and they're asking her if she was going to come back, and all she would say is, "We'll see."
Man, if she survives that fall, do you know how mad I'm gonna be?
I mean, unless they just surprise everyone and bring her back for the season 2 mid-season finale or something.
So surprise!
Bet you never thought you'd see me again.
See, that's the season.
Just walks out of the shadows. Hello, Oswald.
No. Oh yeah, that's the season 2 mid-season finale. You just see Oswald sitting there, and all of a sudden there's a gun to the back of his head, and then you see it's Fish holding the gun or something.
No, it's her mom, dude. It's Fish's mom. Because we met her, so it should just be really funny. Oswald's mom gets to be a thing.
Oh yeah.
Think about it.
Carol Kane's amazing. I want more Gertrude.
I know, I do, but then again, I just don't want it to conflict with the unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So good.
Yes. I have a weird theory that Gertrude's probably going to die at some point. I think that's what's going to end up breaking Oswald. And like he's already evil to begin with, but I think that there's going to be a point where they need to push him over the edge, and I think they're going to use Gertrude for that. I think that's why she's in the show. But that's just a theory.
Yeah, she's either
like film theories from YouTube right there.
Yeah, she's either gonna die or she's gonna denounce Oswald something.
Yeah, because she knew he was lying to her face. Season 1. It's like, yeah, I know you're lying. I'm going to bed. We'll deal with this later.
No, my boy is not the crime lord.
Like, you can see in her face, she knew. And I was like, oh, poor Oswald. And I think him lying to her there is probably going to end up with it gets her killed. Not being honest. And, like, no, this is what I do. Because she would accept him. Come on, Oswald. She's just as nutty as you are. Apple never falls far from the tree.
Alright, any other final thoughts on Gotham?
Okay, I'll just be the one to say it. I don't think that, they build it as a strong serialized element, but it still felt very procedural to me. Most of the whole. It only got better when they actually started doing, like, the mini arcs, starting with, like, the Scarecrow. For me personally, it gave them time to kind of flesh things out.
Yeah, but do you think that was just them finding their way? It was the first season, and it was originally only supposed to be, 13 episodes?
Well,
and originally it was only supposed to, and it was only supposed to be Jim Gordon, and they threw in Bruce, and who knows what else.
If you guys can find the original pilot script, when I read the script, I was just like, I was so hungry for it. And then when I saw the pilot at Comic-Con, I was just like, you know what? I'm more excited for Constantine now. And we all know how that turned out, but still bitter. Always going to be bitter. But no, I like the original concept because I love Ben McKenzie, right? And, he just kind of got shoved into the corner, and, Robin just kind of took over. No offense. I totally love it, but I just kind of was bummed. I wanted to, Jim Gordon's my guy, man. I was excited. I was like, GCPD, yay, the TV show. And then not so much.
That is true. I have to agree with you on that.
But do you think them...
Ben McKenzie.
Yeah, Ben McKenzie. Woo!
OC, Southland. Yeah. What were you saying? Phil's like, oh no, estrogen.
I'm just getting the hose out, ready to hose you two down.
Meeting Ben in August is the 14-year-old girl in me who fell in love with him in the OC is just like, yes!
Anyway, I was just going to say, do you think them focusing on Oswald and some of the other characters is them trying not to be such a procedural show? Because, if part of the time some of your main characters are police officers, it's going to be kind of procedural.
I can see that. Because if you just have Jim Gordon running around the entire time just fighting bad guys, it's just Gotham Law and Order. Mm-hmm. So...
So, anything else on this?
Oh.
Lilith?
No, sir. Do your duty.
Yes, Mom. Well, it's shameless plug and self-promotion time. So, Crystal, what would you like to promote yourself? Where can people get a hold of you?
You can find me on Twitter. My handle is @HopeGallops. And yeah, anything else that I like to promote, I promote all over Twitter. So you can find me there.
And Miss Lilith?
Well, you guys can find me on Twitter @Lilith Hellfire. You guys can find me on Tumblr at itslilithhellfire.tumblr.com. And, of course, my blog, which is dedicated to, comic book geeks and pop culture junkies, littlepopculturevulture.blogspot.com. And if you like Phil and I's chemistry here, course, you probably are already listening to World's Finest because it shows up on this feed, but I'm just going to shamelessly plug it anyway.
Yay. You can email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I'm at nightwingpdp. And if you want to get a hold of the show, you can email us beforethebat@gmail.com. On Facebook, we're Before the Bat, the Gotham Podcast. And on Twitter, we're at Before the Bat Pod. Hopefully our next episode is our fan fiction contest, which one of our entries is Crystal herself.
Yep.
See, meet one of the contestants this episode. And until next time, everyone, same bad time, same bad channel, the Gotham Podcast.